Oh, what's up, demons and demonettes? Tis I, Atroxy, a demon queen, and today we're gonna talk about how to counter this guy.
I miss those days in the Lyceum.
But
And you?
before we get into it, as always, toss a like and subscribe down below. So someone recently asked me how I would counter Cyran if I was attacking and Cyran's on defense. I haven't seen a lot of him until recently, because I was the only one really at a high end on my server that had him. I had to wait for Brownie to pull him. So we're going to take a look at the high end of things, but we're also going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at the free-to-play side on my VN account, because on the new account there, a lot of people had Cyran up on the last few days of his banner, and a lot of people pulled him there. So we see him a lot in Arena there, and I kind of figured out how to counter him on the low end as well. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a look at the high end. And the way I counter him on the high end is we're just gonna kill him. That's right, we just kill him and he's done, and it's not a problem. How do I kill him? Well, we kind of counter, we just kind of build and treat him as like any hero on the team and any rear attacking hero. So that's one thing to consider. So as you can see, our team is kind of tailored to beat Brownie's team here. He's running a Dunlinger, Harak, Hugin, Cyran, and Ludovic. He was running, I think, Leica or somebody else before, but we beat that as well. He was just trying out Ludovic, even though he's low ascension. But you see he has Cyran here, Paragon 4, Paragon 4, Paragon 2. So we have a little bit of a Paragon advantage with our team, since our entire team is Paragon 4, and we do have 4 crown heroes to his 2 crown heroes. One of our big heroes being Cyran. So as you can see, this is the squad I used to beat it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in and we're gonna take a look at some positioning. So let's go and see Brownie's team here. Alrighty, so this is the team I ran to counter it. So this is our Fregasto. This is our Cryonaya, our Ludovic, our Lily Meg, and our Cyran. Now I had Lily Meg on the back here for 2 reasons. One, so she could target the side here, because they had originally Cyran on the side a couple times, so it made it easy for Lily May to target him on the side, right? Because we can see use the yellow arrows, so we can kind of see who our heroes are targeting at the start. And then again, you can use your arrows but this way to see who the enemies are targeting here at the start. Of course, it doesn't count for certain abilities that we're going to counter. So one of Cyran's big abilities is the Mystic or Recollection, right? That's his EX weapon that gives him the abilities that mimic Merlin's ability. The big one being Confining Spell and the Star Shard spell, right? These are the 2 big ones. The Lightning one just means he's unaffected at the beginning of battle, but the big one is he's going to deal the damage and imprison them for 1.5 seconds. So we want a hero that is going to be unaffected at the start of battle. So that's going to be a Lily May in this case. A Ludovic also works very well. I would use a Ludovic if they are running a Bonnie in addition to Cyran, because Ludovic is very good at eating Bonnie's aging arrow as well. So the reason why we're running a Ludovic here as our support hero is because hands down, when it comes to high-end PvP, a Ludovic is the only viable healer for support. Everyone else is just too slow or has issues, right? So the only one that kind of like heals off the start is Smokey. However, the problem with Smokey is he is vulnerable to silence and control effects, so he just kind of like gets interrupted and he doesn't do anything for a majority of the fight. Whereas our Ludovic, he's going to give that big burst heal off of his flowers at the beginning of the fight. Now, what we're going to run is we're going to run a Cyran and a Cryonaya. They are our dual win trigger in this case. So we're just going to burn Cyran down here before he can really do anything, right? That's the idea. Because simply put, with Dunlinger up, and his spell lock. That means we're going to be ordered with our ult, so we're going to have difficulty ulting, so we need heroes that do a lot of damage without ulting. That is going to be Cyran, that is going to be Lily Meg, and that is going to be Cryonaya, or as I like to put it, a Dio 2.0. So we use our updated Dio. We use our Freyasto because he is very tanky, so he's going to be our tank at the start. Since the enemy is running Dunlinger, we don't really need to run a Dunlinger. Oh, we just need our Freyasto to buy time for our Cyran to do his thing, and Cryonaya to do her thing. So what basically is going to work is that Lily May is going to kind of counter the unaffected stuff. Ludovic's going to heal everybody up, and then we're just going to kill Cyran before he can do his thing, and we're going to kill Harak before he can do his thing. Alright, and it doesn't really matter. I run Confining. It's not really going to matter which spell we run. It's only going to be up for a few seconds during the fight. Alright, so let's go back, and we'll go back to the record of where we won. And we'll check it out, and we'll see it in action. I'm probably going to have to slow it down. Alright, so we're going to the replay. So Dunlinger does his thing. So Cyran doesn't really get to do anything because of the ult order. So our Cryonaya goes off and kills him before he can do anything, right? So that's one way. So he never really gets a chance to use his ult. We use Ludovic again in the beginning for that burst heal to kind of counter that Conjure Dark Flame ability, and then he does his ult, and then Cryonaya eventually gets to go into her ult a second time, and then it's a game over, right? Because Hugin is a little chunky. He gets his shield on himself, so he takes a little bit longer to kill there. That's how I counter him on the higher end, is we just kind of like mitigate his abilities at the beginning. So you lose, like I said, you use that burst heals from Ludovic to counteract that initial burst damage he does at the start, and then we kill him before he can get his ult off, or effectively do his ult. Now, when we look at our free-to-play side of things, right, and we go into Arena here, alright, we gotta find one where I countered Cyran, right, because we see a lot of Cyran. I'm usually at a deficit when I'm going against Cyran, because look, my highest hero is my Supreme Aaron, and I'm going against a lot of like Mystic Cyran, so a lot of teams I'm fighting will have Cyran. So if they don't have a Lily May, then I can attack them, and it's a little bit of an easy win. And in this case, we're going to use a Ludovic to counter Cyran's effect. That's right. The Flower Bed does a very nice job of countering the Black Hole ability, which after Cyran's initial burst abilities is kind of like his only thing we really have to worry about. So let's go ahead, we're going to check it out and see it in action. So we get our Aaron ult off. So we're going to slow it down, because it's almost, so you can see all of our guys are in the flower bed. So he gets his ult off, but you can see it's doing like no damage because we are in the Ludovic flower bed. So in this case, and again, we have a Ludovic as our rearmost hero because he eats that ability very, very well. So he's not going to get hit with the confining part of the spell and not be imprisoned. So on the lower end, we use a Ludovic to counter him. On the higher end, we kind of just kill him off, but we can use a Ludovic to counter him as well. So Ludovic, I would say, is the key to countering Cyran. So if you run into him in your arenas, good luck. Make sure you have your Ludovic built up. He is right now the best healer for arena, and that's going to be it for this one. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!